Hi everyone and welcome to episode 14 of the Baby Bunting live series. Tonight we'll be talking sleepwear with Rachel from Love to Dream. We'll be running a competition on our Facebook live stream tonight. All you have to do to enter is leave a comment in our Facebook live feed telling us your favourite feature of any of the products shown in tonight's episode. We will choose 5 winners, each of which will win 2 select 2.5 TOG Love to Dream products of their choice. This includes products from their swaddle up, sleep bag or sleep suit range. So I'm now going to hand over to Rachel, who will introduce herself and tell us about the Love to Dream products.
Thanks, Mel. I'm excited to be here tonight to talk about swaddling, sleepwear and the range of products from Love to Dream. I want to share with you a bit more about swaddling in a moment, but the Love to Dream range has a 3-stage sleep system. We start with products for newborn, specially designed to help your baby get to sleep faster and sleep for longer. And that swaddling range is all about settling and soothing, comforting your baby for sleep. The transition range is our stage 2, and that's got products in it designed to help your baby get used to their arms coming out and being free, because in the swaddle they're inside and they get used to that. And that's also about settling and soothing because it remains firm across the upper body area. Our stage 3 is for our independent sleepers. These guys no longer need settling and soothing. They're active, they're busy, they're bouncing around the cot, and they're kicking their blankets off. So they're not warm, and the blankets can become a hazard in a cot. So our garments are designed to be used without blankets, and we'll talk more about that. But before we get into the range though, I want to talk about swaddling, because what is it? What is swaddling? Swaddling is a word we use to describe any way of wrapping or holding a baby firmly in this upper body area. When a baby is held tightly like that, they feel secure and they feel comforted, they feel quietened, and they may feel relaxed enough to go to sleep. You might have heard of the startle reflex. The startle reflex is something that babies get toward the end of the pregnancy, and it lasts until they're about 3 to 6 months old. It's a tendency to sort of jolt or startle awake in response to a loud noise or a sudden movement, and they will wake themselves up when they do that. So when they're swaddled and their arms are within the garment, it tends to ease that startle reflex, which is pretty cool. So humans have, across all cultures and for generations, relied on swaddling, and there are many, many methods and many garments, but they've relied on swaddling to settle and soothe their baby for a great sleep. Traditionally, we've swaddled our babies with a large muslin wrap or a bunny rug, and there's lots of clever methods of keeping a baby enclosed in those. But some parents find it challenging and babies can kind of wriggle out of them. So that's when a swaddling garment for those parents might be more helpful. Let's talk about the Love to Dream Swaddle Up. This is the first product in our range, and it was designed to be used right from day one. So for our newborn babies, the swaddle is firm across the chest area, making them feel safe and secure and comforted for sleep. The hips, the fabric goes out wide across the hip area, allowing lots of room for the knees to bend and plenty of movement, which is important for their hip development. A very important thing to point out at this point is that in the Love to Dream Swaddle Up, their hands are up beside their face. This allows your baby to self-soothe. We know that when a baby sleeps in the womb, a lot of the time they'll be sleeping like this. And when they stir, we can observe that they will touch their face or suck on their hands, and before they become active and awake, they resettle, they go back to sleep. And that's called self-soothing, and they're already doing it. When we swaddle a baby with their hands here or here, like a traditional method, they go to sleep because they feel cozy and secure, held tightly like that. But in the night when they stir, they may want to touch their face, and when they're struggling to get out so they become awake, they need to be re-wrapped or resettled and put back to sleep. With our swaddle up, baby feels calm, feels relaxed, but their hands are up. So when they do stir in the night, they've got true self-soothing hand to mouth straight away.
And having them in that natural position as well would make them sleep easier. So what sort of feedback have you had from parents on that sort of method?
Absolutely. Look, this is our first product. It's been on the market for over 10 years, and really it was very, very different to have the arms up. We did a survey, and consumer survey showed that 83% of parents said that they had more sleep using the swaddle up than before they used it.
That's awesome.
Actually, lots of those parents reported that it was nearly double the sleep, and up to over 7 hours. So it's a pretty good result.
Every hour counts.
Exactly right. We know at Love to Dream that sleep is really, really important. Sleep is important for all the things they're going to do the next day. We know you want more sleep, and we want your baby to have more sleep.
Beautiful. So how does it work?
I'm going to let you show us how it works, actually. I'll just open the zip for you, Mal. I want you to see how easy it is to use the swaddle up. All you have to do is unzip it and open it wide. Before you pop your baby down and swaddle, I just want to show you that even inside, there's no seams or lumps or bumps. We want your baby to be super comfortable. All right, so all you're going to do is you're going to lie your baby down, arms in and up, legs in and down, and up goes the zipper. When you get to the top, you're going to cover that zipper with a little hood, and that's how easy it is. Now your baby's swaddled. Now, one of the beautiful things about the swaddle up is that every time you swaddle your baby, they're going to get exactly the same experience, whether it be a grandparent or an older sibling. Baby experiences exactly the same thing every time. And for this reason, you can incorporate it as part of a sleep settling routine. Babies learn to know that when the zip goes up, they know it's sleep time. I have seen babies who will respond to the zip going up by immediately touching their face and beginning to self-soothe. So that's really exciting and proving that it's great. If we use the swaddle up as the only swaddle that we use every sleep, every time, they come to understand that it's sleep time. And that's one of the reasons it works so well.
Beautiful. Now, one of the very popular questions that we get in store is this tog.
Oh,
So there are a number of togs that Love to Dream have. Do you mind telling us a little bit about them?
Not at all. I'd love to clear that up because we get a lot of those questions as well. A tog is simply a measurement of how warm the garment is going to keep your baby. Now, we give you lots of information about tog from Love to Dream, so we want to ease any concerns or worries that you have about that. Babies need to sleep in a certain temperature. It's about their safety. It's really, really important. So, every garment that we have has been tog rated. We have fabrics that are suitable for your baby to be wearing in summer. That's our 0.2 tog, and it's suitable to use between 24 and 27 degrees in the sleeping environment. So that's in the room that they're sleeping in, not the weather report. I think that's confusing sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. You're not going to need that tog right now because it's freezing, particularly where we are in Melbourne. It's cold, so no worries with that. But you may like to have some one togs at the moment. The one tog is suitable year round actually because it's suitable to be used in a room that's 20 to 24 degrees. And summer or winter, you're likely to have your heating and cooling set to around that. So the one tog is a great place to start when you're deciding on your collection of swaddles to get started. We also have 2.5 togs, which are great for this time of year. They're suitable or appropriate when the room is 16 to 20 degrees. And when it's less than 16 degrees, you're going to want our 3.5 tog.
Beautiful.
Now, these tog ratings, we refer to them on the back of every box. We've got a little chart here to guide you through decisions on what to dress under the swaddle how many layers to put on, depending on the tog that your baby is wearing and the temperature in the room. This information, or the tog rating, is on each of the boxes and easy to find when you're making your selection. It's also on the tag at the back of each garment, so you'll always know later on what tog you've got in your hand, and you'll be able to refer to the guide as to how to dress them. If you lose your packet, or if you need more information on togs and how to dress your child, you can always refer to the Love to Dream website, which is lovetodream.com.au. Another thing that's very helpful to know in this area is how to tell if your child is too hot or too cold. Because the tog information that we give you is a guide only. It's a recommendation based on what we know. But just like us, who regulate our temperature slightly different, your babies will naturally run either a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler. So it's important to maybe point out some of the ways you can tell if your baby's too hot or too cold. If your baby's too warm, you might notice that their face is a little bit red, or they might be a little bit sweaty, or their breath might be different to normal. And if that's the case, then you know you need to take off a layer or two underneath the swaddle.
Beautiful. Now, how do I know what size to put my child into?
Well, we're going to tell you all about that too. Also on the packaging, you'll have a size. With our swaddle ups, we start at a newborn size. The newborn is for 2.2 to 3.8 kilo babies. So that's great for those first few weeks when your baby is really, really young and small, and it most appropriately and snugly will fit your baby. Babies who are 3.5 to 6 kilos should go into our small size swaddle. And our medium is for 6 to 8.5 kilos.
Perfect.
We recommend that you stick to the guide regarding sizing. It's really important that your baby is in a garment that's firm here. It's not very useful, it's not effective if it's not really firm. So do stay within the size that we guide you to. And the other reason is that we've made the neck exactly the right size for your baby. So we do recommend that you stick to the guide that we give you. All of the swaddles are available in a range of colours and designs. Baby Bunting have their own designer collection, which is well worth mentioning because they're funky and fun and exclusive to Baby Bunting. But we also have many, many colours and designs to choose from, and many fabrics as well. We offer a cotton, an organic cotton, or if bamboo's your preference, we can do that too.
Perfect. Beautiful. Now, what's the next stage after swaddling?
The next stage is our stage 2 transition products. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Do you want to grab one?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll just hold them up, and I want to show you how closely these two products compare. They're the same shape, they're the same fabric, the same stretchiness, and they feel the same to baby. When your baby is around 6 kilo, they may start to show signs of rolling. And it is important, once your baby is rolling, to bring them out of a swaddle where their arms are enclosed and into a garment where their arms can come out. We've designed the transition bag and the transition suit with removable wings and sleeves. And this allows you to work with your baby to help them slowly get used to their arms coming out, because that's all kinds of new.
Yes.
And we don't want to interrupt their sleep pattern. We've been talking about routine and how babies learn that it's time to sleep. We don't want to interrupt that. So we'll talk a little bit about how to transition your baby. The transition bag most closely mimics the swaddle up. It's the same shape and size as I said, and it still swaddles. It's still firm across this chest area. Once your baby's used to the new size, we start at a 6 kilo. We're going to take an arm out by starting with the hand that they use the least. That might be the left, but we're going to take the right off just to show you here. So we're going to take the wing off, remove it completely, and let baby go to sleep with their hand like that. Now, some babies who particularly enjoy self-soothing get used to our fabric on their hands, and they may object to that wing coming off because now they've just got a naked hand. So if that's the case, the wing can be zipped straight back on, let baby go to sleep, and sneak in and take it off in the night. There can be a little bit of back and forthing, but it can take a couple of days. Once this first arm is off, you can start with the second hand. And once your baby has both wings removed and both arms free, they're now able to push themselves up if they roll over onto their tummy. And they're also able to entertain themselves and understand how it is to have their arms out. When they grow out of this garment, they can either go into another size or they can move on to the third stage. But once the wings are off, you've got a sleep bag that is a snug fit, making them still feel that swaddled feeling. Yes. I want to show you our transition suit as well, so we'll grab that. The transition suit is our most recent product at Love to Dream. It comes with 2 wings, just like the bag, but it also comes with 2 sleeves. This one's slightly too big for my dog. So you transition your baby in the same way, but you can put the sleeve on. The sleeve has a cuff of fabric. So the beauty of the sleeve is that you can cover your baby's hand, allowing them to feel the fabric that they're so used to feeling. It's reminiscent when they're self-soothing. So for those babies who are struggling to have the wings come off for transitioning, this might be an extra step that just aids them a little bit more. The suit also obviously has legs. The legs, we'll just find a foot.
Doll's a bit small.
You can have the feet exposed, or you can have them rolled over with the cuff there for warmth. We get asked sometimes, why would I choose the bag? Why would I choose the suit? It is a personal preference. Both of the garments work to help you help your baby get their arms out. It's really just a personal choice. For those babies who are particularly active in their sleep, they might go for the suit.
Now, a really popular question that we get asked as well is this certified by the Hip Dysplasia Foundation?
We've worked very closely with the Hip Dysplasia Foundation, and actually Love to Dream does a swaddle and a transition bag specifically designed for babies who do have hip dysplasia. It is a wider garment, which I didn't bring with me. It can be ordered special order through Baby Bunting, and it goes wide out above the hips in order to accommodate the various braces that are available in Australia. And for further information on that, and for parents who do have a baby with hip dysplasia, we've got lots of information on our website available. So do look into that. It's a great question. Love to Dream are all about safe sleeping, and they're all about the proper development and natural development for your baby. So we have looked into hip dysplasia and worked very closely with the Hip Dysplasia Association.
Perfect.
Thanks for asking that question.
That's all right.
All right, so as I said, once your baby has grown out of whichever size they've gone into with the transition bag or suit, you can choose to stay in that and go into the next size. And we have sizes right up to 14 kilo in this stage. And that's well over a year old. So you can stay in this stage whilst your baby is enjoying being swaddled. But if they're ready to be on the move and they're no longer benefiting from that being held tightly, you can move them on into our independent stage. And I've got a couple of those here, and certainly don't have dolls big enough for these. No. In our third stage of the sleep system, independent children, as I said, they're active in the cot and they're kicking their blankets off. To replace your blankets, which aren't keeping them warm or safe, we've got our sleep suit and our sleep bag. Mel, can I get you to hold that?
Almost can fit me.
Yeah. So the sleep bag comes in 2 sizes, 6 to 18 months and 18 to 36 months, and it's available in our 2.5 tog for this time of year. It has long sleeves, a very, very soft and quilted, warm built-in blanket. The fabric at the top is not as heavy, and that's for better temperature regulation. You can see that we've still got the hood at the top of the zip, and we've still got the double zip. So the top zip is for putting it on, baby, and easy access. And the bottom zip can be brought up for easy access to the changing area. So too, the sleep suit has the lighter fabric at the top, your built-in quilted, comfortable and warm blanket, and your feet that can be cuffed and covered or with the feet exposed. On the bigger sizes, you may have walking babies. So these guys have the padded non-slip pad on the foot.
Perfect, beautiful. Well, thank you for your time tonight, Rachel.
You're very
it was
welcome.
very informative, very great. If you don't know, we do also have 20% off the Love to Dream range. Oh, it's actually 15% off. 15% off the Love to Dream range in store at the moment. So this is their swaddles, their sleeping bags and their sleep suits. So if you would like to come in and purchase any of the products that you've seen tonight, they are 15% off at all Baby Bunting stores at the moment. And online as well. And you can also click and collect them. We are still doing our non-contact click and collect. You can lay by over the phone. Really, whatever you're feeling comfortable with at the moment, we are providing for you anyways. Beautiful. Now, are there any questions, Nat?
We have a few. So, Kristen on Facebook has asked when she should transition her child from a suit to a suit instead of a bag.
Again, that is personal choice, Kristen. Both of them will make your child feel swaddled, and both of them come with the ability to take off the wings or the sleeves. Some people like to go in the bag because it's most closely reminiscent of the swaddle. Other people who have more active babies or whose babies are already rolling over and might want the garment to go with their child when they roll will go into the suit.
And somebody else has asked on Instagram if you're able to use the suit for a newborn.
The transition suit?
Yes.
No, you're not. It won't fit your newborn baby. So the smallest size in the transition range is for 6 to 8.5 kilo, and that's at least that's a 4-month-old, 4 to 5-month-old. So it's important when you're swaddling your baby that it is firm, and that's why we have the newborn size and the small size to most appropriately and snugly fit your newborn baby. So no, you can't go into the transition suit before your baby is 6 kilo.
Yeah, and the sleep suits, what's the biggest size it goes up to?
At Baby Bunting, we arrange right up to a size 2. That's a 24 to 36 month.
Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, Rachel. And thank you everyone for watching at home. We will see you next time for another episode of the Baby Bunting Live series. Have a great night.